Welcome back. As you saw in the sneak peek, we'll be talking about runaways today. And what kind of runaways am I talking about? We on the show today are not talking about that harmless, whim that you had or I had as well as a child of actually running away to a better land somewhere where things were.
Yeah, we're digging deeper in today's show. We are trying to understand what it takes for a person to actually leave the safety of their home or their comfortable environment to escape to a place which is completely unknown, and in the case of children especially, into a world that is not very forgiving and is not very kind. Also, I think before we rattle on and on about it, I think it is excellent to talk to an expert that has specially flown in from Lahore.
Somebody who has joined us today a lot on the set.
Absolutely. So we would like you to meet Dr. Sadaqat, who is the Project Director of WillingWays. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Sadaqat.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you for having me on the show.
My first question to you, Dr. Sadaqat, will be like, who are runaways?
Runaways are our family members, and a lot of children, adults, wives and husbands are running away, and it is because of the toxicity of somebody living in the same household, because of which people run away. And actually people who are toxic, they don't know sometimes that they are being toxic, and they don't mean it. But if somebody doesn't mean it, does not mean that he does not hurt another person.
So what is a toxic personality?
A toxic personality is like a personality which produces pain for other people. Okay. They are inadequate people, they are exploitative, they are damn right cruel sometimes, and they don't know. They are very well-meaning people apparently, but they keep causing pain to another person. Sometimes parents are toxic. It is very strange to say. Sometimes spouses are toxic, and they cause pain to another person living under the same roof, and the person becomes very perturbed, irritable, and sometimes he wants to run away.
So coming back to the issue of runaways, can we categorize them? Is there categories of runaways or types of runaways?
There are many types of runaways.
Okay.
Like there are runaways which are happening because of biological reasons. People have certain kind of hormones, neurotransmitters which build up, and there is a repetitive type of runaway.
So it is built in our system to run away?
Sometimes it is built in our system to run away. Sometimes the runaway is because of environmental reasons.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you, that you were saying something very, very interesting, that it is toxic personalities within a household or a space that can make another individual run away. What are the other causes? I mean, I understand marital, maybe abuse. Is it just depression? Is it just, maybe some, like you said yourself, it could be a chemical imbalance in the person, a depression. Are there any other causes as well?
Drug abuse is the most common cause, because of which there is a lot of pain generating in the household. Alcoholism is one, and there is physical abuse, verbal abuse going on in the family. And runaways has many other varieties too. Sometimes it is pushed away. Like if there is a constant source of pain in the family, children are pushed away to the boarding schools. Women go to micas. So there are runaways under disguise also. People switch jobs. People switch jobs from one place to another. The real reason is that they cannot tolerate a certain situation or a position. So they keep changing jobs. So that is very deleterious to their progress, their careers.
Can we spot a runaway from a distance as such? I mean, are there telltale signs leading up to this particular event?
If the runaway is repetitive, then there are definitely telltale signs, and family can recognize those signs. There is a particular body language, there are definite facial expressions, there is tone of voice, sometimes there is a communication gap, sometimes there are slips of the tongues, and we can recognize looking at somebody who is about to run away.
Dr. Sadaqat, what are, because I think we should give out a reality check to people as well, that though you are escaping from an environment that you think is evil or bad, a lot of times you're running into something that's even worse. So what is generally the consequences of let me start by saying children that run away?
Children run away because of the pain they have at their household. And
no, but even once they've suffered the pain in the household, what do they suffer once they leave that household, when they're out of the house?
It is very dangerous for children to run away. Children under the age of 12, they run away very commonly, and they fall prey into the hands of wicked people. They become male prostitutes. Sometimes they start using drugs, they sniff glue and all these things.
If I asked you the same question but for adults?
It is true for adults also that if they go away from their homes, they are likely to abuse drugs, and they are likely to fall prey to criminality, and they are also involved in certain activities which are antisocial, and they are now misfit. They cannot come back. If somebody stays on the streets for more than 2 weeks, he is definitely a person who would not fit in the household again.
That's a very interesting point, that you're saying they will not fit into the household again. Now, I know that our society has a lot of discrimination between men and women, that if a man runs away, he'll still come back, and everybody will be like, oh, our son's come back, or he's come back, or a wife will be like, at least my husband's back home. But if a wife or a daughter, a woman runs away, I mean, I'm sure she's not accepted back into the family household the way she was before. Is there truth in that?
The facts and figures tell us that more men run away, but less women run away from home. But the adverse part of it is that more men come back and very few women come back because they cannot fit into the family structure again.
Absolutely. And what are the reasons for that? They're just not accepted back?
Because they have gone far away from the family structures. They have violated the family values. They have violated the society's norms. So it is a very difficult proposition for a woman to come back and fit into the same household again as compared to the male counterpart.
With that, we'll go on a short break. So please don't go away. It's going to get more and more interesting, and catch you again in just a couple of minutes.